Friday. Friday the, what is today, 16th? Something like that? I don't know for sure. I just know it's Friday. I had one goal for today. Just one. I thought I'd take a little brief hiatus from the venture here, as it's going quite well. And I had one last dreaded thought, which is I gotta put the tire on the Victory. You know, I absolutely love that Victory. It is the prettiest color. It's really a pretty bike, and it drives. I love everything about it. I can't say one nasty thing about it, except that thing fought me all the way. Putting the tire on there was not a joy. I think it took me, well over 2 hours to put the tire on. Normally, like on a Goldwing, that's a 15-minute job at most. Yeah, that was a struggle. But it's on, and it's good, and everything's yippee-skippy, and that bike is completely done until the body panels are done, which should be a week or so, depending on how my painter feels when he gets back from the Dominican Republic. He gets back next week, so I don't expect anything coming in my way for another week and a half or better. So sooner the better, though. I want to get it cleaned up and get it back in the owner's hands. But I was really surprised how well that thing goes down the road. Much better than pretty much any other bikes I've worked on. I was really impressed. Wonderful machine. Wonderful machine. If I owned it, I would be just as frustrated, I guess, doing the things I've been doing to it, but I would still enjoy the riding it. So in the end, it's well worth it. So that's out of the way, and I did do a video. I managed to get the tire off just fine with the machine, and I learned a few things, and I think if I do a couple more, slam dunk. You know, if you see these things on YouTube where they demonstrate the Harbor Freight ones and all that, and they push the tire down with their hand and it spins right off, they're all doing bias ply tires. These radial tires do not squish down. You have to either put a clamp on them, or you got to use the plastic holders that I clip onto the rim that holds it down into the valley. You have to do that in a bar, and I mean, it's a lot of wrestling. If those are bias ply tires, it would spin them off. I could do it with my eyes closed. But it worked quite well. The machine worked. So it was well worth the investment. So that's one less thing. In fact, I'll have to say, I was shocked by the whole thing. I got brand new shocks in today. These are for the Venture here. Chrome shocks, progressive 112s. I looked at the spring rate and it says 250 pound springs. That is not right. They're not in pounds. I don't know what measurement they're using. These are 155s. It's 155 pound spring. So it's using some sort of metric or European crazy measurement. But anyway, I got the guy's shocks. I got his wheels. I think I got pretty much everything he wanted. And I got extra paint so I can do that stuff for him. So that's nice. So I had that quick trip just now. I'm giving myself a celebratory croissant. And I got my coffee and I was walking back to get a croissant, and the gal is picking them all up and holding them in her arms. And I said, "What are you going to do with all those?" She goes, "Oh, we got to throw them away." I said, "Well, can I buy one?" And she looks at the clock and she says, "You have 4 minutes." I said, "I'm a really fast eater." So she let me take one of them, and then the rest of them went right in the garbage. And I said, "Is that what you do with all of them? You just kind of toss them in the garbage?" And she goes, "We have to." So I imagine there's some sort of FDA thing where you have to take warm foods, and I guess you got to toss them before they get gonorrhea of the islets or something like that. I don't know. I imagine there's some issue, but I said, you know, it's a real shame. I said, you got people that are homeless, veterans that are homeless. I mean, a lot of the people that are homeless are Army vets or military vets. And, you know, I said, it's hard enough for those people to exist in 8-degree weather, which is what we have now. And they get a dumpster dive. I said, you know, a lot of pizza places, they give people their expired pizzas, and they spread them out throughout their whole community, so at least people have something to eat. It just seems like a shame to throw away food when you have people that are homeless, and if even not so much homeless as just poverty-stricken. I mean, I live in a small town, so I don't know. We don't have any homeless people here that I know of. I'm sure we have people that are living their days hand to mouth. Every community does, but it just seems a shame. It's just a shame. One of my past customers, recent customers, they actually did a deal where they spent, I don't know if it was what period of time, if it was overnight or if it was a weekend or whatever, pretty much in cardboard boxes to just be aware, make themselves and others around them aware of the plight of the homeless. And this fellow is he's a ex-Army, so I imagine, you know, he understands that a lot of these people are vets. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame in this country that we kind of allow it to happen. That's my view on that. Anyway, wish I could have hoarded up that food and got it to somebody that could actually use it. So, move on to a different subject here. So I posted a video yesterday, and I did an experiment in the last video, and it was pretty much a failure. I got a wireless mic, so I clipped it on my shirt, and it wouldn't hook to. GoPro cameras are they're great, but they're also junk. The image quality and all that, and the stabilization is great, but the sound is bad. So you have to use an external deal, which I used my phone with the wireless mic, and then you got to try to sync up the lips and the recording because they're separate now, and that in itself is a chore. A lot more work that I'm going to go through in the future, and it just sounded stupid. It didn't sound good. The first 2/3 of the video was just a regular mic on the camera, and I just boost the voice, and then the wireless one just automatically sounded terrible. So I'm just going to stick with the normal stuff I've been doing, and I actually had a music in the background, and I got one dislike. I've got 300, well, after this one and the next one, it'll be 332 videos I've got out. I've never had a thumbs down, and I got one. I'm crushed. I'm absolutely crushed. I got a thumbs down on one of my videos, and it was the last one. You know, I kind of wish when people would do the thumbs down, they would just leave a comment, you know, get rid of the music. I'd love that because it would help me do better. You know, I'm always open to, if you don't like something, or, you know, about my builds too, I've had people say, you know, it'd be better if you did this or that, or how come you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? And I take that to heart because, you know, you get kind of tunnel vision, and somebody comes in with a different idea, and either I've tried it and it didn't work, or I should try that. Maybe it'll work. So, you know, some of the wiring stuff I've done, some of the way I'm routing my brake lines, those are all from customers suggesting I do it better. So it'd be nice on the videos if that one person that left a dislike would just say what he didn't like, he or she. And I don't really care. I mean, I would never respond. I think I maybe blocked 1 or 2 people in the last 10 years because they left really, you know, harsh comments. But normally, you know, people say they don't agree or you're full of it or whatever. That's their opinion. That's fine. I might, you know, put a rebuttal in there that, well, if you do this and look at this that I posted, this is my reasoning. You know, I'll try to justify what I said, but I'm not going to argue with them. You know, it gets to a point where you just, yeah, that's your opinion, that's fine. you can have your opinions. But anyway, yeah, it was a sad day this morning when I saw that dislike. I was depressed. But I'm good now. I got my tire on, I got the shocks, I got the wheel device worked great. I got the croissant before it turned into a pumpkin. You know, life don't get no better than this. So it is the weekend. My plans for tomorrow, I'm gonna have to spruce up my webpage. I haven't really posted pictures and stuff for the last 2 years, so I'm gonna toss a bunch of that on the webpage. You know, I used to get, like, people would talk to me and say, yeah, I read every single thing on your webpage and went through the whole thing and all this stuff. Now it's mostly, I watched all your videos. So people have transitioned to the videos because I guess it's just, you know, just easier and maybe dumber, I don't know. So, but I do have to kind of get some updates onto my webpage. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. And probably a video or two. I got 2 of them I'm going to do from today. And neither one of them has any profanity, although when the camera was off, there may have been an utterance. So anyway, you guys all have a great weekend, and hopefully you'll survive till Monday, and nobody will have to go to work because it's Presidential Day. So that's something, huh?